You know, folks, when you look at the video and then you also read the text of basically what I talked about, the fact that no one is truly satisfied. When people read these and read that at several forums so far, one of the things that people brought, one of the posters or responders mentioned, and some others agreed with this, is the only way, I guess, in their opinion, they basically point out that the only way you're going to satisfy both sides is to do two separate comics. Not just, obviously, Universe. Universe is supposedly connected to what's going on in the main comic as well. But basically do two separate comics. Well, basically you have this comic, and you have this comic, I guess, obviously focused on the Saturday morning comic cast and all that. But another one, I guess, but also have a similar one, I guess, that focuses on the game cast. Now, I know people might say, well, we had that with Sonic X. Yeah, that's true, but what you have to understand is Sonic X only ran for a limited time because it was supposed to take place in the middle of the second season. In other words, take place between the episodes of the second season, if you kind of catch my drift. You know, that is why it was around mainly, to take place in between the episodes of the second season. But the question is, would a similar comic spin-off, would another comic featuring the game cast, and I suppose with a similar, if not same story, be the answer? I mean, when you think about it, it'd be like giving people an alternate choice. You would say, okay, here's the main comic with, you know, the story, and here's the game cast, here's the alternate game comic with the same story, but features the game cast. The question, would that be the answer? Is an alternate comic featuring the game cast the answer? And I look at this like, you know, it might be the answer, and it may not be the answer. You know, we can't say whether or not it's the right answer or it's not the right answer. You know, because some people have pointed out that, yeah, if you were to do that, Sega, being who they are, would want more focus placed on the game cast version of the comic than on the main original version of the comic. It's like, for example, 252 came out, and we got Countdown to Chaos. This is what I think people are pointing at. You have a game cast version of Countdown to Chaos in the next 4 issues, while you have the original version with the Satyam comic cast. But the question is an alternating, is a game cast centered comic, the answer? Is that the answer that Archie and Sega need to look at and say, okay, if we're going to satisfy the fan base, maybe we need to release or develop a comic book where it's probably where we probably have a similar story, but it features the game cast only. Like being an alternative. Like, okay, maybe, because basically that's what it sounds like. Give the game cast that alternative to say, okay, we've got our game version comic of Countdown to Chaos, and you guys got yours. End of story. Everybody's happy. But is that the answer? No one really knows. Some even suggested maybe what they ought to do, perhaps with Sonic Universe, is like a what-if deal. Like, what if the comics of what if the stories of the main comics were done this way, with this cast? You know, the answer is kind of up there. It's like, would it be a good idea? Is it the answer? Is, is creating, is creating a game-centric alternative to the main comic, is that the answer? Is a game-centric alternative comic the answer to the main comic with the same, if not similar, stories? Is that the answer? Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you all later. But let me know. Do you think that's the answer?